This will be the first game for St. Louis City this season where Olaf Melberg will not be the coach. And those duties now belong to David Critchley. And so, up against the San Jose Earthquakes, this is what I think the projected lineup will look like. A 4-2-3-1, in which Joao Klaus will be the striker, Cedric Toyshirt will be the center attacking mid or the center forward, depending on what you want to call it. At the right mid, that is where I think you will have Conrad Vollum. At the left mid, that's where I think Marcel Hartel will play. And then at the two center defensive mids, because it looks like Edward Leuven is coming back to play, so I think he will definitely take one of these two spots, just depending on where he prefers to play. One of these two will be Leuven. But this is where things get interesting now. Because at one of these center defensive mid spots, you can get Jake Gerwood-Reich, who is more of a center back, but has played some center defensive mid throughout the course of the season. Or you could also see Chris Durkin being the starter here. So we'll assume that Chris Durkin is the starter. And at right back, Thomas Totland has been practicing and is expected to get some sort of role on Saturday against the San Jose Earthquakes. And so that looks like he'll probably be either the starter or one of the subs for St. Louis City. And then at center back, I think you can expect to see Kyle Hebert start here. And like Totland, Henry Kessler has also practiced and has looked good in practice, so it is a determination on whether or not he will start or will be a sub. And then at the left back, that's where I think you could expect to see Timo Baumgartel slotting in. And so this new lineup, compared to the usual 3-4-3 that City has ran, allows for more flexibility, allows for more of the further up the field attacking, allows for the off-ball aggression to return, and I think this overall is just a much better lineup and plays into the strength of the players more, because I think it allows for, at least with Marcel Hartel, it allows for him to get out wide and distribute to the attacking players. And then for Conrad Vollum, it allows for him to make the forward runs to receive the passes from Hartel. And then it'll allow for Edward Leuven, who is returning. It'll allow for him to get stops on the defensive end and then start the counterattack to get the ball to either Hartel or go for a longer pass to Vollum or Toyshirt. And so I think that's how that will go. But I think that looking at who City's going to be playing, and that'll be the San Jose Earthquakes, San Jose did not have a good game yesterday, as of recording this. They won 1-0, which a win is a win, but it wasn't a pretty win. Up against the LA Galaxy, who have had their worst start in club history, they lost the possession battle by a pretty substantial margin in 12%. They had 110 less passes. They were less accurate on their passes by 1%. They had 3 times as many fouls almost. They had 2 more yellow cards. And they didn't have half the corner kicks of the Galaxy. So the Galaxy really performed better on the just overall regular statistics side of it, not on the expected goals part, but even that was pretty close. But I think this is a tune-up game for City to get used to David Critchley's style, to get back into the flow of things, and to start the momentum back in their favor to turn this season around. Because while I think the 1 and 2 seeds are out of question, if you can get the 8th or 9th seed and you can get on a roll at the right moment, who's saying what's stopping City? So this is going to be a very, very crucial game, and I think City is going to win. I think City's going to win 2-1 or 2-0, which I'm leaning towards 2-0 with a win. And I think the goals will come from Joao Klaus as well as Cedric Toyshirt. I think the man of the match will be Joao Klaus, because his creator and playmaker in Edward Leuven is back. And that will open up Marcel Hartel to be a Swiss Army knife of anywhere on offense, where you can slot in as the attacking mid, winger, midfielders, or a false nine striker with the dropping back. So I think City's going to win, and I think it's going to be a convincing win. And I'm going to look forward to watching this game. But as always, this is the Scoop with Coop giving you a quick preview into the Saturday game for the St. Louis City where they take on the San Jose Earthquakes.